How's it going, guys? Good morning. Today is November 8th, and welcome to an edition of MMA Morning Chat. Hey guys, my name is Michael, and I am your host for this chat. There is a few things that I would like to talk about. Number one is George St.Pierre. Where does he rank in the overall pound for pound? Number two, Jon Jones. That's right. Believe it or not, Jon Jones, he's back into the news. Well, at least with a bit of gossips anyway. And you guys, I got this from the Joe Rogan Experience when him and Brandon Schwab, they were doing the Joe Rogan Experience, and Jon Jones' name came up. But that will be at later on. We'll talk about that. And number three in this segment is current events, the most up-to-date news. And you guys, I get all my news from three sites. That is MMAjunkie.com, MMAfighting.com, and my third site is YouTube. All I do is I plugged in MMA news, and a lot of news just popped up, and that's where I get all my shit. And I guess there's one more, but it's TMC, but really, TMC. I tend not to pay attention to those guys. Okay, let's start off the conversation with George St.Pierre. Where does he rank in the pound for pound greatest, and where does he rank with the greatest of all time conversation? Okay, and you guys, I just logged on to the internet, and I am heading to MMA Junkie, because that's where they got all the rankings, and that's the ranking that I choose to use. And here it is. Ranking. Pound for pound rankings. Okay. So this is the top 10 pound for pound ranking according to MMAjunkie.com, which is a partnership, which is a branch of USA Today Sport. Let's start with number one. And we can move our way down until we hit George St.Pierre, because I believe after his performance at UFC 217, he's back in the top 10. Where he is, I'm not sure. Let's find out. Number 10, Demetrius Johnson, with a record of 27-2-1. I agree. Number 2, Jon Bones Jones, 22-1. That one loss is questionable. Okay, I agree with that. Number 3 is Conor McGregor. I do not agree with that. I don't think he should be on the. I think he should be like top. I think Conor McGregor should be number 10, not number 3. I mean, the guys compete like once every 18 months. So, yeah. And who knows when the next time that he'll be coming back to the octagon? Who knows when he's coming back to fighting? So number 3, I don't think Conor McGregor is top 3 or top 5. I barely give him crack top 10. It's just the fact that he barely competes. Number 4, I disagree with this one as well. It's Daniel Cormier. I believe that Daniel Cormier should be number 3 and get rid of Conor. Put Daniel Cormier up there. And Daniel's got a record of 19-1, and his only loss was to Jon Jones. And number 5, Stipe Miocic. Okay, I can see that. Number 6 is Max Holloway. I 100% totally disagree with that. I think that's too high for him. And the number 7 is Tyron Woodley. I believe that Tyron and Max Holloway should switch plays. I think that Max is just way too high. So if I would have my choice, my picks, I would put Tyron Woodley at number 6 and Max Holloway at number 7. As we head on to number 8, we have Tony Ferguson. Wow. Okay. Okay, yeah, I can see that. And number 9, we have George St.Pierre. Damn. I thought that he would be a lot higher than number 9. Well, what do you guys think? And number 10 is TJ Dillashaw. That's top 10 pound for pound ranking according to MMAjunkie.com. Really, George is number 9? I would put him like 7. I would give George number 7, move Max all the way down to 8, and move Tony Ferguson down to number 9. TJ Dillashaw at number 10. You know what? I would move Conor McGregor down to number 10 and move everyone up one spot. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Okay? So, George St.Pierre is number 9. I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, I realize that he's entering and he's competing in a different era of mixed martial arts. But however, he hasn't lost. He hasn't lost in 4 years. I know, you could argue that he hasn't competed in 4 years. But his streak is still going. And he just beat a bigger man in Michael Bisping. So, number 9, eh? Alright. It is what it is. And, damn. How about the next conversation? The greatest of all time. George St.Pierre right now, I believe he's 34 right now, turning 35. And he's competing, he's still winning. While the previous mention for pound and greatest all time is Anderson Silva. And he's been on a decline. And the other one is Jon Jones. There's a bit of asterisk next to Jon Jones' names because most of his wins, I believe like 90% of his wins, was before the USADA era. And when USADA came in, he got popped 3 times. 3 motherfucking times. So, Jon Jones, I believe he's great, he's good. But however, we don't know how many of those wins previously, before USADA came in, that he had fought and won. And he might have been cheated because back then the testing is not as extreme as it is right now. But George St.Pierre, he went to the 4 months testing phase, and he passed all of them, and he competed and he won versus Michael Bisping for the middleweight title. Damn, number 9. I would be like top 5. Okay, George St.Pierre, number 9. Okay, it is what it is. Okay, so our next conversation is Jon Jones. The latest news on Jon Jones. Okay, guys. Today is November 8th, and a few days ago I was watching the Joe Rogan Experience. Him and Brandon Schwab, they were doing a recap from UFC 217. And during part of their conversation, Jon Jones' name, it came up. And this is from Joe Rogan. Excuse me. If you guys have not seen this, go check it out. According to Joe Rogan, he says that from his source, from a very good source, that doesn't care the outcome of the Jon Jones results, if Jon Jones is guilty or innocent. Joe Rogan's Joe Rogan's source, he has no biased opinion one way or the other. So Jon Jones, he got popped when he fought Daniel Cormier for Turinabol, and that's a banned substance. But however, the next question is that where did he get it from? That's right. It seems that Jon Jones, he was partying before the fight, like weeks before the fight, because of his birthday, and he might have done a few lines. he might have done a few lines. You know what? When is Jon Jones' birthday? Let's have a quick look here. He was born on July 19th. July 19th, and when he fought was against Daniel Cormier at July 29th. So 10 days before the fight. 10 days before the fight, Jon Jones was out partying, and the thing is that, according to the Joe Rogan Experience, there has been cases where people were like dealers and provider, they tend to cut like cocaine with what am I looking for? With creatine, because it looks similar, and there has been cases where creatine was tainted with T-ball, with Turinabol. So there might be a chance, there's a possibility that the line that he was doing when he was partying, it might have a trace of creatine, which might have a mix of T-ball. Could you guys just imagine if that's the case? could you guys really just imagine that's the case? I mean, if that was truly the case, Jon, man, what are you doing? Like, why are you partying? And of course, my heater just went on again. This is clockwork. I don't understand. About 10 minutes into my videos, this happened. Okay. So, this is gonna be another quick video, maybe in about 20 plus minutes. Maybe. I just might cut it short. Yeah, so if that was the case, it seems like someone's out after Jon Jones. You know what? If it was his birthday, if this actually happened on his birthday, if he's like, come on, Jon, you know, let's take a hit, let's do a bump. I mean, who cares? Like, who cares if you get caught for cocaine? It's not a banned substance. They can't release it. What can you do? What could possibly can't hurt you? And Jon Jones, you know, he's not gonna say no to that. He's like, it's my birthday, bitch. It's my birthday. So, because we all know that Jon he likes to party. So the odds of me seeing Jon Jones turn it down, you know what? I would give Jon Jones the credit that the benefit of the doubt. I would like to say 50-50, but maybe 51-49, leaning towards 51 as he would do it. But you know what? Could you blame the guy? I can't blame the guy. If I was rich, famous, and the best fighter in the world, I would probably do a lot worse, you guys. Well, I wouldn't hit a girl with my car and broke her hand and run away, but in his defense, in Jon Jones' defense, he was high as fuck. So let's give him a pass. He didn't know what he was doing. He was acting on instinct. He got scared. He ran away, and then he came back because, you know what? He left his money. That's what you do, right? You had a car. You ran away. Oh, I forgot my money. I came back. You gotta go back and grab your money. So then you go missing for like 2-3 days in the Albuquerque, in the Mexico heat. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Albuquerque. I have a tough time saying that name too. So, the reason why I brought this up is that a lot of people, even not me, but a lot of skeptics, a lot of critics, they're saying that Jon Jones, he might be out for possible up to 4 years if he could pop again. But however, if his team used this as a defense, and I believe that this is where they're heading towards, it's gonna be very difficult, but you must do something. And this is as good as any. And the other thing is that I realized that there's due process. That is the word of the month. That's the word of this case. This situation is due process. And you know what, guys? I believe that this is why it's taking USADA so long for them to hand down the punishment for Jon Jones. Okay. And my next question is to the UFC. How does their contract with USADA work? I mean, USADA they are an independent third party. They're doing all this testing, and the UFC is paying for it. Is USADA on a contract with the UFC? And I believe that they are, but for how long? Or is it just like year-to-year contract, a 10-year contract, 5-year contract? Like, how long? Or is this just a partnership, where essentially the give and take is that me, the UFC, will say to USADA, the partnership is that you guys are very good at what you do. Test my contract here, as in the athlete, as in the fighters, and if they get popped, report to me, and I will act accordingly. But however, previously, anytime that a fighter get popped, USADA would release that information to the public. It seems like they would release it to the public before they tell the UFC, which is, to me, I disagree with that. It's just the fact that these fighters, they're on a contract with the UFC, and USADA works for the UFC, and anything that they do and they release without the UFC permission, it affects their bottom line. Okay? So, what's next? Jon Jones, man? I don't know, like, you know what? I am hoping that this will be, like, another big fuck up from USADA. I'm like, yep, no contest, fair enough, and give him like 1 year. I would like to see 1 year. I know it's a pipe dream, but I would like to see Jon Jones just get a 1-year suspension, and to me that would be awesome. You know, Jon, just take a year off, go do whatever you want. it's already November. You got like 8 months left. Something like that. I can't do math right now. So yeah. Yeah. Could you guys just imagine Jon Jones is doing lines before his fight with Daniel, and it was being cut with creatine, and the creatine was tainted with T-ball. Holy shit. That would honestly just blew my mind. That would blew my mind. Oh my goodness. And it seems like to me it's a big conspiracy to hold down Jon Jones. It is what it is. Okay, so our third segment, we're gonna make this one a fast one. It's gonna be current events, and since I'm on MMAJunkie.com right now, let's head to that right now. Oh, shit! ONE FC Championship, Angela Lee involved in car accident. Damn, Angela Lee, the future of ONE FC or ONE Championship. Let's have a quick read here. Wow. So according to Mr. Rob DeMello, this is some breaking news. Hawaiian Angela Lee MMA was involved in a car accident on Monday. Family confirmed no serious injury, but will postpone ONE FC atomweight title defense with Mi Yamaguchi, which is scheduled for November 24th in Singapore. Wow. Sorry, Angela. I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, she is one of the best talent that one championship have. And the other thing with November 24th is that this was going to be the co-main event to Ben Askren retirement fight, and this November 24th fight is built to be as one of the biggest fight of the year for ONE FC. I am very sorry that she got hurt, but however I am glad that no serious injury was done. Shit. That sucks. She's cute too. I wonder how old she is. That doesn't matter. That's unfortunate. And what else? Darren Till. Okay, this is MMAJunkie.com again, and it's reported by MMA Junkie staff. Really? The staff doesn't have a name? So the headline reads, Dana White. It's from Dana White. It says, Darren Till versus Stephen Thompson happening February 24th in England. Yes, please. Yes, please. I mean, if Darren Till, if you could do the same thing that he has done against Donald Cerrone, and if you guys have seen my previous video, I was so hyped on Darren Till going to that fight. I thought that he was just gonna mess up Donald Cerrone, but the way that he did it, I didn't expect that. Like 100%, I did not expect that. I mean, I expected for him to win, but not like that. Holy fuck, he fucked him up. He messed him up. And Darren Till, he's on high lately, and he's been talking about holding 3 titles in 3 different divisions, and he's massive. He's a big guy for welterweight, but he believed that he can make the welterweight title run the middleweight and cut down or even move up to 205. I don't see him cutting down to lightweight. It's just the fact he's so big, but I see him gaining weight up to 205. But the king of that throne is Daniel Cormier, which I believe that Daniel's got a fight coming up as well. I'm not sure who it's against. The consensus number 1 contender is Odesmer Falcon or Odesmer. I believe that's his name. Yeah. Okay. Darren Till versus Stephen Thompson, February 24th in England. Is this for real, or is this just another clickbait that I just clicked on? Because if it is, it worked because I clicked on it. Okay. The few of the starting paragraph says the UFC is giving public wrestling English welterweight Darren Till a fight he asked for in his home country, no less. The undefeated 24-year-old Till will take on former 2-time title challenger Stephen Thompson at UFC event scheduled for February 24. That is according to UFC website, will air on Fox. Really? It's posted on the UFC website? Let's have a quick look. I didn't know anything about that. February 24th. Wow. Could you guys just imagine? That would be, you know what, that would be crazy. I mean, UFC fight, where are the events? Schedule, upcoming events. Okay, if Darren Till could beat Stephen Thompson, there's no argument that he should be next in line for the fight versus the champion, whoever it may be, with the exception of, here it is, with the exception, what the heck, how come I can't click on it? Okay, that guy's a liar, because I'm on the UFC website right now, and I went to February 24th, and I cannot click on that date. And the only thing that's happened is that the only reason that's happening is that on it says Saturday, February 24th, UFC Fight Night live on Fox. But it says Orlando, Florida. What is going on here? Maybe it's not up to date. Well, so much for that. I was all excited, but no, not really. Okay, so let's just assume that Darren Till is taking on Stephen Thompson. If Darren Till could win and beat Stephen Thompson, he should be the first up in line to challenge for the title, with the one exception of George St.Pierre decide to move back down to welterweight and challenge Tyron Woodley. Okay, if that happened, Dana White and UFC will say yes. Tyron Woodley will say yes in a heartbeat, because it's been Tyron Woodley, he has been standing for a long time already. Is that he wants big fight, he wants big money fight, and as the welterweight champion, he get a cut of the pay-per-view points. The same way that Michael Bisping did. This will be the biggest fight of Tyron Woodley's life, and if you have to choose fighting against George St.Pierre, which will generate a massive amount of pay-per-view buy just from the Canadian fans alone, or against Darren Till, or the winner of Darren Till or Stephen Thompson, who would you choose? There's no argument. There's no discussion. You pick George St.Pierre. If you lose, who cares? You still get like millions of dollars. But that's if you lose. And if you win, you just beat one of the greatest fighters of all time. One of the, if not, like, you know what, he is he is the greatest welterweight of all time, and that would be such a big feather on Tyron Woodley's cap. And of course, the millions of dollars that come with it, and the notoriety. If you don't believe that, ask Matt Serra. Beat George St.Pierre like 16 years ago. I don't fucking know, like a long time ago, and we're still talking about it. That was the biggest win of his life. That was the biggest win of his career, right? In George St. Pierre's career, he lost twice. Once to Matt Serra and once to Matt. I want to say Hamill, but it's not Matt Hamill. It's Matt Hugh. Oh my goodness, I was drawing a blank there. Yeah. So guys, if this fight actually happened on February 24th, I'll be very excited. I don't know who to choose for. I'll make my pick during the weigh-in, because Darren Till, he's a big guy. He's a big guy compared to the welterweight, but he's a boxer. He's a striker with his hands, because he's got a boxing background. While Stephen Thompson, he's got more of a karate background. So if they would stand, bang, and trade from a distance, I would pick Stephen Thompson as of right now. It's just the fact that he's got the kicking factor, right? Your legs is longer than your arms. So if they play within that range, I would pick Stephen Thompson as of right now. But we don't know if this fight is official. I hope so. Okay. Now for the third current event, I'm gonna go to MMAfighting.com. So let's see what they have to say. The first headliner: Stephen Thompson's coach not interested in fighting Darren Till at this time. Well, that just contradicted the other guy. But how this one right here, this article, is being reported by Ariel Hawani. Then there's a few more. TJ Dillashaw said Team Alpha Mate and Cage trash talk, help him recover, but that's from a few days ago. I've seen that before. MMA Lashad. Beck Rollin, Joanne Collarwood out against Beth Rollin. It's like the same thing. It's, you know, there's nothing new on this website either. Well, I could go to TMC, but fuck that. I'm not doing that right now. But I would like to get a third current events though. So I'm heading back on to MMAJunkie.com. Okay, here's a good one. What's next for Bellator champ Ryan Bader, Elima McFarlane, Scott Coker weighs in. Okay, let's see what Scott Coker has to say. Oh, a video comes on. I'm just gonna shut that off. Let's read this real fast. What? He's saying that according to Scott Coker, Bellator 186, Ryan Bader pound out Linton Wattel to retain his lightweight title. Elima Lee McFarlane won the inaugural women's flyweight title. So what the fuck? So I guess I have to watch the video. I am not gonna watch the video. I don't have time for that shit. You know what? Forget it. Okay. We are gonna, like, the third one. It's gonna be a branch from what I just read. Is that Bellator light heavyweight champ Ryan Bader. So who's next? Who should be next for Ryan Bader? Me, I believe that the next person to challenge for the Bellator title, to challenge Ryan Bader, should be King Mo. I realized that King Mo, he is doing a bunch of other stuff outside the cage, and if you guys missed out, him and American Top Team, they made a wrestling debut at GFW or Impact Wrestling. It's Bound for Glory. They made a quick appearance on that. So he's got a lot of stuff going, and I don't know if he's still hurt. So if I have to make my pick for who's fighting Ryan Bader next, I would pick King Mo. Okay guys, so that is this morning for MMA Chat. And you guys, before I go, please comment, rate, and subscribe, and tell me what you think in the comment section below, because I would love to hear from you guys. So yeah, tell me what you guys think about this video today, and tomorrow I will talk about it, and I will respond to you guys' comment. Okay guys, thank you very much for listening, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.